As actors and artists, we all fear rejection to a certain degree. It's a natural instinct for us to shy away and avoid creating, making, asking, requesting, or even auditioning. And in his book, Rejection Proof, Jia Jiang shows us practical ways of how he came to kick the bad habit of fearing rejection and going for no whenever he could. When he researched the topic of rejection, he found a lot of advice that basically boiled down to these three things. 1. Rejection happens. 2. Don't take it personally. And 3. Be tough and move on. Unfortunately, we don't all operate this way, and it seems that handling rejection isn't that simple, especially to us artists. The idea of not taking it personally can feel insulting and ridiculous, since thousands of people every day experience devastating rejections that can be life-altering. And further scientific research proves that the pain of rejection we may feel is equivalent to physical pain, at least to our brain, so it's no wonder people rank rejection so high on their fear list. Jia, therefore, decided to set out and be rejected over the course of 100 days in different scenarios, and to blog about his experiences and share it with the world. Each day he challenged himself to do something of merit to face rejection, and there were moments when he felt like quitting, but somehow he kept persevering and pushing the limits even though the fear was scaring him to death. Some of the things he did for rejection included requesting for a burger refill at Five Guys, playing football in a stranger's back garden, to be a live mannequin at Abercrombie & Finch store, to give a weather forecast on live TV, to make an announcement to 300 passengers on behalf of a flight attendant, get a free room at a hotel, and 94 other challenging tasks. Over the course of the 100 days, Jia used rejection as a tool to learn, adapt, and improve his approach. He also upped the ante and started to increase the fear factor of his rejection attempts in order to see what he could learn and how far he could stretch his rejection-proof muscle. The key was to withdraw himself from the emotion as much as he could and approach the request more like a bold creative experiment. He realized that he was actually fighting evolution, his own brain chemistry and his DNA. The warfare wasn't just psychological, it was biological. This is what Jia learned over the course of his 100-day rejection challenge. 1. Rejection is an opinion. It reflects a rejection more than the rejectee. It is heavily influenced by historical content, cultural differences, and psychological factors. Therefore, when actors get rejected at an audition, it may not necessarily be because of our performance, and possibly because we were just not suited for the role. 2. Rejection has a number. If the rejectee goes through enough rejections, a no will eventually turn into a yes. So we have to keep knocking on those doors until eventually one will open. Number 3. Ask why before goodbye. Sustain the conversation after the initial rejection. To ask why can often reveal the underlying reason for the rejection and may even present an opportunity to overcome the issue. Maybe it's something small that we've overlooked and can be improved for the next time. Number 4. Retreat, reassess, and try a new approach. To adjust the request and approach the ask from a different angle. For example, Jia had attempted to get a free room at a luxury hotel. While being rejected, he retreated to a lesser request and wound up getting a tour of the hotel and having a quick nap in one of the hotel's rooms instead. Number 5. Collaborate, don't contend. Never argue with the rejector. Instead, shift your thinking and start viewing them as collaborators instead. By asking relevant questions about the problem, this gradually can prompt them to see how they can help us towards our goal and opens a whole new territory to explore and could make the request happen. Jia also concluded that asking for rejection is like a muscle. We need to keep exercising it to keep it strong. Otherwise, it might weaken or even atrophy. So we must use rejection attempts to continue to exercise our courage muscle, stay mentally strong and keep the confidence flowing. This is also true for actors, not just in business. We have to ask ourselves, is our dream bigger than our rejections? If it is, then it's time to keep going instead of giving up. Why not try the 100-day rejection challenge yourself and see what exciting results it may bring? As artists, it is not just our job but our duty to push the envelope and find better and peculiar ways to improve our lives. Dostoevsky once said, "The only thing I dread is not to be worthy of my sufferings." And actors, just like artists, must suffer for their art, but you can enjoy it at the same time.